Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I have to tell you that this week I am visiting my family in the United States. So for you, it's 11 a.m. in the morning. For me, it's 4 a.m. But I have had enough coffee, so, well, I promise I won't fall asleep, and you won't either. We will wait a couple of minutes so we can have everyone in. Please change your name so I can read your names. I see familiar faces from last time. Yeah, Adriana is asking us to please change our names. Yes. So let's greet ourselves in the chat. Tell me, of course, your name. I said, I see familiar faces. Your name, who you are, and what do you need right now? I need coffee. What do you need? Anka, I see you. Miriam, thank you for changing your names. Kevin, welcome. Virginia. Some of you, thank you for your feedback for the first webinar. I hope at the end of this one, please remember to give us your feedback. Some of you, one of the things that they asked us for was to get the opportunity to know each other. And we're going to do a small networking event. I think it's the end of next week. For those of you who want and be able to come, it's not compulsory. So you can meet and have a little networking with people, other people from the circle, not only from the ones from Spain, but from other countries. So we all ready? Yes. Let's start. We have a long morning today. I remember we're going to be together for 3 hours. We're going to have 2 short breaks in due time. Today we have a different topic. We're going to talk about things related to digital. We're going to have a small section around digital well-being and how can we take care of ourselves. Then we're going to talk about digital marketing, and all of us as entrepreneurs, that this is something that is very interesting, and maybe we have a lot of questions around that. And for the third section, we're going to have a guest from CTech Hub, one of the partners of the Circle. He's Lucian, and Lucian is going to talk to us about blockchain and NFTs. And this is very important for us as creators, not only as entrepreneurs, as creators, to understand a bit about this very, very hot topic that is NFTs. So I will learn with him also. So I will share my screen. Just Okay, can you all see the screen? Just give me the sign. Remember that I don't listen. If you have any comments, please write to me in the chat. And if I go too fast, please write to me in the chat. We are back in the circle. This is our second international webinar. We talked about this, why are we here, and what are our objectives in the around 20 months that we're going to be together. But I wanted to bring up not only this, but some concerns about where we going. We can see here the roadmap for the circle. We are in the part that says October, December. We are on the first online circles, which are part of it, and we are practicing our entrepreneurial and digital skills. In January, the 40 of us will be selected to the travel part and the face-to-face part of the circle. We'll still have more online activities for all of us. Some of you, when you registered, told us if you were able to travel or not. And well, the final selection will be ready in December, and part of the final selection is to having attended both webinars. Please, if you do have questions on this and want to know more about, please write. You have my email to me or Maria, and we can give you more details about this part. Okay, good. So, digital well-being. Digital well-being refers to the way technology affects us in our mental, physical, social, and emotional wellness. And we can be all aware of how technology can be positive for us and our well-being, but also negative. It can affect our health, the way we sleep, the way we relate to each other, and it has been said that it can generate addictions. The use of technology, not only in young kids, which is well researched, but also in adults. So the way we have to be very aware of the way we use technology. This has increased during the past 2 years because of the pandemic. We were all thank God for digital technology. We could connect with each other. We could continue working. We could connect with our families. But it also created what it's called a digital fatigue, because we are 24 hours connected. There are many examples of the good of bad of technology. I have two personal examples, and I'm going to share it with you. I have a 14-year-old kid, and he is addicted to video games. So he spends most of his time in front of a screen playing video games, and we have to address that and give him alternatives for other activities outside the digital realm, even if he's a digital native. But on the other hand, and I am an immigrant, and my family is scattered all around the world. So we do have our family space in WhatsApp. And WhatsApp is the place where we share our daily life, and we celebrate birthdays, and we fight, and then we make up. So technology has been very positive in that way, because it has been able that we can keep together, because we are living in like 7 different countries, all my family. So digital technologies have a positive and a negative phase. So I was saying before, we have to be aware of how it affects our mental well-being, and in the negative impacts we have. We could be emphasizing one's differences and comparing oneself to another. This happens with when we are comparing ourselves in social media, not only those related to comparing to our physical appearance, but also what others do or their apparent happiness, and we feel jealous because we don't have that body, or we don't have that influence, or we are not able to create those beautiful images. But also for our mental well-being through digital, we could find support and help, and we connect with others who we can share the same issues that we are experiencing in our mental health. In our emotional well-being, as I said, digital can encourage addictive behaviors, and we could get compromise our online safety. It's well known, not only bullying, but uh, harassment through online, and this is related to the mental well-being. It could be promote feelings of self-less worth. Um, so you feel less than others. This is also well researched that happens more in women than in men, because we tend to compare, as I said, our bodies and our physical appearance to others. So don't believe in filters. Do not believe in yourself. The positive impact of this is, as I said, create a sense of belonging, helping people to reach their potential, and promoting opportunities for creativity. On the social well-being part, the negative impact, you can experience or engage in cyberbullying, which is very common these days, or you could be a victim of crime. Somebody could be stalking you, or somebody could be grooming you. Grooming is a word that describes when an older person is trying to is flirting and trying to engage with a younger person. So that could end in pedophilia or that kind of crime. That's the word in internet slang. That's grooming. And another common crime is people trying to scam you for money on internet. The positive impacts of digital in a social realm is, well, you're not as isolated. I explained you my WhatsApp example with my family. You connect with others, family, friends, and communities. You can enable participation. We can support each other. We can collaborate in projects, and we can share content with others. In the positive side of digital is the circle. We are all creating this community that we are part now, and we are going to know each other, learn from each other, and I hopefully you can make connections that go after, transcend after the circle, and keep collaborating with each other. And on the physical well-being, well, if you're sitting too long in front of a computer, you get you don't move your body, you start to get many kinds of problems, not only those related to your muscular or bone structure, but also problems with your kidneys and your back and all. On the positive side, digital can help us with there are a lot of digital options to work out, as in fitness app. For example, I use an app, it's called Down Dog, to do yoga, and it has been wonderful. And the good part of it is I can use it whenever I want. I don't have to go to a class to do my workout, so I can do it in my own time. You can monitor your health, and it has been great for people who have problems with sugar problems or blood pressure, or they need to monitor their sleep patterns, and digital technology can help us with this. And Also, you can use it to assess your physical state for those people who maybe need to control their weight, or there are apps that can help you tell you your menstrual cycles, and you can record that and control it, and can help you with that. Of course, you can do all of these with a pen and a piece of paper, but digital also helps you keep on track. You can set alarms, you can set limits, and use it in your favor to help you acquire healthy habits. I would like to tell me, what are your concerns about your digital well-being? And please tell me in the chat, and I will read you. Okay. Maybe internet, are you writing? Internet is a bit slow. Okay. For example, my concern is sitting too many hours sitting in front of the computer, and the blue light is hurting my eyes. What about you? Maria Angela says she normally doesn't talk to people anymore. She rather chat through WhatsApp. Virginia is not able to disconnect. She has FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out. And Virginia, I have a new one for you. It's JOMO, the joy of missing out. Think about that, about how joyful could it be. Kevin shares with us, he finds hard to disconnect at night because he ends up reading on the phone. Getting a physical book, it's a good idea. It helps you disconnect. Anka says, I found a positive one. It's important not to abuse it. It's important to use it correctly. Great. Disraeli says, I just switch sounds of all day and night and try to switch to night mode. Okay. Disconnecting your notifications is a great thing, great to do. Medium, the stress of social media and try to keep them updated. Wow, yeah. Trying to run behind that is it's very stressing. Yeah. Virginia, yeah. It is difficult to focus with so many interruptions from many channels. Yes, I hear you. I think we are all in the same page with our concerns. I don't know if you know a digital tool. It's called Pomodoro, or the Pomodoro technique, and it has many expressions in digital, tomato timer, and it's of course digital helping you being less digital. You download it and it gives you you activate it, and it gives you 25 of focus time. During that time, when you activate it, it doesn't let you connect to anything else or in the computer. So during those 25 minutes, you have to connect in whatever you choose in the project you're working, and after that it gives you a 5-minute break, and then it starts again in the 25 minutes. And it sounds very simple, but it's very, very helpful. I have it on my phone, and I use it for focusing on work, or when I'm trying to read in a physical book and I get distracted, so I put it there, and I know that during the 25 minutes and before the alarm starts, I will be trying to focus. It's just a little tip that you could try to focus. This this is a triangle that I like, and well, you will have the presentation later, but you can take a picture of this too, because it helps you think about what we are talking about, like how I am aware of what works for me and what works not. No? How can technologies improve and what does negatively impact? And when you think about this, you can classify. Okay, the positive impact is because I can track my sleep patterns and I can use these tools to help me focus. And the negative impact, as Kevin says, I cannot sleep at night because I'm hooked to the phone, and try to do something about it. Awareness, as you know, is the first step to change and to get more well-being. Just give me a second here. Some too many things on my screen, and okay. Sorry. Okay, these are some tips and advices to get more well-being in our digital world. And the first one is the recommendation to get training, to you get the better use of whatever you have to do in your job and your daily life with digital. So if you study, get the better tools to help you and the best habits, or if it's on your work. So access and apply relevant training for you. You can find training online for whatever you do. And if you use the tools, try to get the best of it. I use Trello, for example, for organizing my projects, but try not to use it only as a board, and try to go into the tool to see how it can help you more. Use a triangle that I put you before, to try to take time to learn and understand what are your needs, what are your preferences, and what are the health or mental, physical or mental health issues that can affect your use of technology. Make changes to your screen, the size, the color. Look for those glasses that are very common now that can help you with the blue light. You have to take care of yourself, so you have to learn, understand, and be aware of what can you do to protect yourself. Think about your digital actions affect yourself and others. Maria Angela said, well, I don't talk to anyone more. I just prefer to chat through WhatsApp. But I'm sure that has a lot of positive things also, and it's not only negative, because maybe Maria Angela, you save time doing that. If it's work related, you have the conversations there and you can use them. And what you may do is, well, if you need to talk to someone, pick the phone, but learn to detect when you need to do that, and don't worry so much about not doing it if you don't need to. Manage your digital workload. This is a very difficult part, because we're all hooked to technology from the moment we wake up to when we go to bed. We're hooked to a device because of our work or of our family, and this can lead to a lot of stress. So it is important to get a moment of digital detox in our lives. I recommend two very important moments. When you wake up, try not to wake up with your phone in your hand, and try to spend like the first 15 minutes waking up. What I'm going to do, planning in your head what I'm going to do with my day, and not getting the phone immediately, because that's what you have in your hand. And the second one is closing your day. There's a moment in the day, and only you know that, then you have to say, close the computer and close the day. For today, I'm not going to open the computer anymore. The computer or the phone, and go cook dinner, take a physical book, go for a small walk, water your plants, do things that don't have to do with digital. This can be 15 minutes, half an hour, but just think about that. I'm closing my day doing something that is not digital but physical. For example, what I do on weekends, when I can, of course, if I have work, I try not to use my computer on Saturdays. And I try, and I feel good when I don't do it. And it's just one day a week. The rest of the days I'm up to here with digital work, but that's just one day of the week. And it helps me with my digital detox. So what you all have to think what helps you with your digital detox. That's about managing your digital workload. This goes with the first one. Be familiar with what you use, the digital equipment. Be safe, and the last one is create and maintain a positive online presence. I'm sure that nobody here engaged in cyberbullying, and but also protect yourself. Don't put all your life online. And as we all do in physical life, in digital life, we have to be our best selves and give the best to others there. So we're having here a quiz about our digital knowledge, and it doesn't matter if you don't know the answers. It's just to test ourselves. So Adriana is going to help us with our quiz. Adri, there's the first question.
Does social networks include WhatsApp?
Well, yes. As I said, there are some questions that have different answers. Some are very Adri, ¿cómo van?
So we have two participants just
Okay.
finished. So let's give them a few more minutes.
I will give you a few minutes. And while we're doing this, I love the how many times my millennials touch their phones every day.
Hi again. So I'm getting a lot of done messages, but I haven't received them. I'm not sure if there's a button that says submit your answers, but if there is, you have to click on that, okay?
Yeah, also on my screen, Adri, I see only that two of 17 have answers. So it's
Yeah, me too.
maybe
So
something with the button. Yeah.
okay, so do you want to end the poll now? We can relaunch it if the results are not loaded.
Let's go. Let's finish it and let's see what is there. It's a that's very simple poll.
Yeah, so I
So,
only have 2 of the participants.
oh,
Not really sure why.
so everybody was feeling it, yes?
Yeah, I have a lot of
Yeah,
done messages from
yeah,
everyone, so I'm sure they completed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, maybe I have something. Check it there. But let's see. How many time do you spend on social networks per day? I on the answers I have on my screen, they say between 1 and 2 hours and more than 2, but it is very common that's more than 2 hours. And I had a question if it that included WhatsApp, and I said yes, but then I was thinking if it does include WhatsApp, then I have like more than 4 hours a day on that. How many times my Melinas touch their phones in a day? Well, the correct answer was 150. Do you know that you may all know that your phone has a possibility to track your activity, so you can see how many times you pick your phone, what do you do the first time when you get it. If you haven't seen it, it's called screen time. Please do it. It's terrifying how it talks about our digital behavior. How many swipes are happening on Tinder per second? And the right question was between 1,000 and 5,000 per second in the world, of course. This is the correct answer. How many snaps are happening in Snapchat per minute? Between 1,000 and 5,000 also. That's these two talk about the level of activity on the social media in the world in every minute. And the answer, the last question was what better describes digital well-being, and we were talking about that in the last minutes. Is about creating and maintaining healthy relationships with technology. Okay, I'm going to stop this. And we're going to enter on a more theoretical part of this webinar today. And we were going to talk about digital marketing. And because part of being digital is having the ability to promote our products or services online and to reach wider audiences to be successful. So let me go there. Okay, digital marketing is the promotion of companies using the internet and other kind of digital communication in order to engage with potential clients. Yesterday I was speaking about this, about digital marketing and digital transformation, and the digital marketing part has to be, it's all related to the communication part, but we must not forget that in order to be successful, we have to put our client, our customer at the center, have that having the best customer experience, and being able to impact the business results. And with these two things together are going to get us in the right path with our business. I want to remember you that this is just an introduction to things that we are going to be talking during the other circle meetings and the meetings in person also, and we will be able to do exercises and workshop some of this. Today, we're going to talk in length about the digital marketing, but this is not the only time that we're going to talk about this. So we'll have time to talk more. We're going to go through these 6 stages of a digital marketing campaign, and what should you do to build it. The first thing is you have to understand your industry, and this is the sector that you're in. If you are developing a content agency, then you are you have to look at the players in the content agency. If your project is in the wellness industry and you are developing vegan products, you have to look at in the cosmetic industry. That's what we mean about that. And this program recommends using a tool. It's called the Porter 5 Forces of Analysis. Michael Porter was an economist from Harvard, and he developed different strategic tools to help in business analysis. And this one I'm going to show it to you in the second slide. And how could we use this tool to analyze our industry, to see where we are? Why? Because we need knowledge in order to develop our business plan. The 5 forces that Porter proposes to analyze are the rivalry in the competition. Who are our competitors, and how measure it in energy? Is the rivalry very high, is medium, or is low? I was using the example as if I have a content agency and I work in Madrid. I have to understand who are my competitors, and so maybe if I work in Madrid, I will try to understand who is doing the same thing that I'm doing in Madrid, and are they big, are they small? But in the digital world, competition doesn't only happen in the physical world, also happens in the online world. So maybe you have a content agency in Madrid, your competitors are all around the world, people who speaks and produce content in Spanish. So you have to think about this and write it down and try to understand that dimension. I'm going to go to the next slide because it's easier to understand the forces, because they are in it's easier here. So I was talking about the center. So who are the competitors and how high is the rivalry? Going back to my example on the content agency, maybe you are not competitors, but you collaborate because you work on the health sector and you have other competitors whom you get together to work for the same client. So you have to understand what is happening there and who are your competitors. And on the top blue arrow is the threat of new entrants, and these are some questions that you have to ask yourself. The barriers to entry is it easy to enter into this industry? So anyone with a computer and good writing can come and enter in this industry and be a competitor to me. Can I grow doing this? Can I have how many clients can I attend? Is people loyal to a brand, or is it easier to switch from my product or my service to others? How much money do I need to do this business? How much experience do I need to put up this in my example of I have a content agency that produces content on sustainability, for example. Am I regulated by, and have I any legal regulations? How easy is to access distribution channels, and how easy is to change from one supplier to another? So when we describe this, we can understand if it's easier for others to enter the same industry and do the same that I'm doing. Okay. And I'm going on my right. The force of the bargaining of the power of buyers. If you have a lot of customers and they let me, you said, do you know the platform is called Upwork? It's a platform that you can find there a lot of content suppliers. That people develop content and they go, because it's easier to find them if you are in a platform or you're by yourself. The thing is, there are a lot of content suppliers there. So if you go there, you can find like 35 people who are doing the same as you. So the buyer, the person who's going to buy the product, has many options. So this is what it means to be the power of the buyers. If you have many options, they're going to choose, they could choose something different to the thing that you're offering. So this is one of the things that you can understand. I know this is complex. I'm just giving you an introduction to try to look at your project under this lens. So who are your competitors? How easy is to get into your sector? What power have your buyers, your clients? The second one is, how easy can it be substitute? Because maybe I'm creating a content, but for someone it's easy to go online and copy and paste something related and use it and it's not going to buy my services. So understand that too, because that affects my value proposition. What do I need to create the product? Maybe in the case of content, I don't need supplies, physical supplies, but maybe I need collaborators for that. All of this should give us, and I hope we do have time to do a workshop with one of the real cases on this, gives us a picture on how is our industry today. Do you see some red lines on the I don't know where they came from. When you understand this, because you're not entering, it is very rare that you are producing someone truly original that nobody has done ever before. What is different is the quality of your service, the way to relate to your customers, the value proposition. But as an example that I'm saying, like I'm a content provider for sustainability content, many people do that. So understanding where am I and how much power do the others have gives me a good understanding. And I will get to the digital market part, but this is important to understand this. So you always have to know who your competitors are, okay? what is proposed here is, after you understand the industry that you're immersed in, the industry in the case that I'm using is the content producing industry, do a SWOT analysis to understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and from that determine opportunities and threats that can come and affect your business. Let's go to the slide. The strengths are your internal pros. These are usually unique, and these reflect in your value proposition. In my example, if I could say which were my strengths in my content agency, the knowledge that I have about the subject, about sustainability, the connection that I have because of my work, so I can connect with many actors in the sustainability sector, and I keep I have a good network with that. Maybe I am bilingual, so I can also connect with people in the speaking English world, and that could help me also getting more knowledge and getting on top of the current trends on that subject. I'm making this example. This is not a real example. I'm just using things that I think can explain this better. My weaknesses, my internal faults as in my company. For example, weakness can be that I work alone in my agency, so I'm not able to fulfill every demand that I have. Maybe I have more clients than I can, or maybe my weaknesses is I don't get enough clients because I don't have in place a good promotion and a good digital marketing campaign. So you have to or I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough equipment. So you put your weakness there. Then you have to analyze the opportunities. We did the industry analysis, and we have to identify opportunities. For example, in the industry, sustainability is a subject that is growing. There's a growing interest, and a lot of companies need it. So that's one of my strengths, and I have to put that together. And the threats also exist outside the company, and this can be related to government regulation, the influence of other companies, and consumer trends. An enormous threat, for example, was the pandemic, but also was a great opportunity because people consumed more online while inside their homes. So the market was broader, and there were more people willing to consume more content. So it was an opportunity to get more clients. This is how, if you research online, you will find, as with the Porter 5 Forces and this, you will find many templates for doing this kind of strategic analysis. And doing it in a matrix is very easy. And when you get this, you get like a visual map of where you are strong, where you are weak, what is threatening you, and where are the opportunities where you can move. This third stage for me is one of the most important, is understanding your buyers. When we have to concentrate on people and their needs, our clients and customers, and be able to serve them in the best possible way. That is one of the ways that makes us unique. If you understand who is our client and how we are serving them well. Client user, well, it not necessarily has to be a business. We can be a project, have a project, or have a social project. you have to invest in time and effort to do this. And who is your target market? What matters to someone who would purchase from you? What are the demand for your project? What is interesting? Understand the prices, and how can you move there and design a price schedule. No, there's a price sheet. And how does your buyer feel about your competition? And how does it feel about your brand? Let me keep using my example. My target market, who would be my clients if I'm developing content on sustainability? It could be other people who are in the social sector and need to publish about this, but for a fact, I know that many the bank industry is moving very fast into sustainability, and they are using a lot of this content, but they are developing their own content agencies inside the bank to do it. But but they could be a potential buyer if they have need for more hands. What matters to them? They have to comply with sustainability regulations. When I'm talking about sustainability, I'm talking about environment and social and demands that the banks are needing to cover now. It's called SEG, environmental, social, and governance implications of government. And what that means is doing business, protecting the planet, the people, and your profits. That's what this means. So there is demand for the product from the banking area. The potential price points, maybe I think that I could sell my content on higher prices because this is a buyer with higher purchase power. My competition is established agencies who may be working on this. And impressions on my branding, I would have to decide what is my branding. Is my personal branding? Do I have a brand for the company? How do I sell myself? Do I sell my name as a journalist, or do I create a brand for my job? For understanding who are you targeting, this is a tool that's called Buyer Persona. Maybe some of you have used it before, and is to create a target for your service. And it's like it's called persona because it's not a real one, but it's like a stereotypical person who would buy your service. And for example, in my bank example, I know that the people who buy my product are the social, the RSC directors or the HR directors. So I create my character, and my character is Maria, who is the HR director for Banco Santander, and she is 35 years old, and she only buys in social conscious stores, and she recycles every day in her home, and she attends such and such webinar. So I create this character from things that I know and try to understand who she is, what she does, and that will make you understand why will she buy your product, or what can I do to my product to make her buy it. But it also creating this persona. If we create Maria, and Maria, we try to understand, well, Maria uses Instagram, because people of the age of Maria and the occupation Maria tend to use Instagram. So I try to, my digital marketing campaign will be directed to Instagram and not to Twitter because she doesn't use Twitter. Do you follow me on this? No? So this is a great exercise. It's not a it's not only for fun, which is fun. It's a great exercise to understand where your client is and who your client is, and how we are going to reach, in this case, Maria. We will have a 5-minute breaks right now. If you have questions, I can take. You can open your phone, your mic, and we could have a 5 minutes of questions and then a 5-minute break if you want. Okay. Questions? Anyone? Maria Ángela.
Do we need do we have to start this? I mean, if I want to do this content agency, should I make like the whole project first before starting? It's like it's compulsory to to go step by step to have good results. Do you know what I mean? Like normally, like I don't know, most of us have already something going on, or have a small a business, and we started without this rule. I'm just trying to figure out how to encompass what we already have with this new knowledge. I'm just already trying to trying to figure out how to make it real, how to do it. I don't know if I'm just
No, you understand.
talking aloud.
No, don't worry. I understand the question, and the first thing is, the great thing about this experience, the circle, it gives us time to stop and think. You don't have to start again, of course not, but stop and think is, how can this be useful to me? Because if you already have your business going, and some of you, I'm sure, know more about this than me about digital marketing, because I'm way ahead on this part. But it gives you time to think, or okay, maybe in your case, Maria Angela, you haven't thought about your competitors, so it gives you time. Okay, let me think about this, and let me see what they are doing. It gives you opportunities to think and rethink how can you do things better. And because when you do, not only in the marketing plan that we're going to see, but in the strategic way of developing your business, you have to be on top of this. It's not like I develop my business and the only thing I have to do is just create service and content. You have to think where you are, where are the trends, who is your client now. Maybe your client changed. Maybe you develop a service, and 6 months from now there are 100 services the same as you, so you have to go back and analyze and see what changes can I make that can put me again in a competitive advantage over others. So no, it's not compulsory to go back to square one to rethink your business, but in a business plan, in a marketing plan like the one that you hopefully you're going to do, it's important to use this to think strategically about changes and improvements that you can do. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and I'll see you. I'm going to grab some coffee and come back. Okay. Thank you. We are back. Thank you for the break. Remember, I'm another time zone. You will die if I tell you what time is it right now. So how are we here so far? Good, complicated, too much information? Okay. Thank you, Miriam. Great. Let's keep walking together through the content. Okay. And let's see. Please, Lee, I'll get back to you with the dates later on. Okay. Okay. We were going through stages and we talked about understanding the industry that we are in. After that, understanding who are our competitors. So the industry is like the bigger pictures, the competitors is who are competing with us, going like we're going from this view to a narrower view, to a competitors, industry competitors buyer. Now, how do we reach this buyer? Well, how are the channels that are available for us to reaching those buyers? And let's see what we have here. We have many types of digital marketing channels. There are some of them that are about content, and that we know that are our blogs, or maybe Quora, which is a place where people post questions and others answer. And this has been used as a marketing I don't know if you know Quora, but people ask any question like, why did Christopher Columbus reach America? Just any question. And it has been used in marketing because I, as a content provider, answer the question, well, Christopher Columbus landed in America in 1492, and you must know sustainability, and you have to do this and that. So I'm just making a satire around it, but people use it. You can use a lead magnet, and you can use guest posts in your blog to pull traffic. You can also SEO on and off page. We're going to see a bit further more on SEO and what is it. We're not going to show how to use it in this webinar, but we're just giving you the general concepts on what we have and what can be done. Social media marketing per se is using the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, and many others to come for the wider reach of our buyer personas. We could also paid ads on social media. Display advertising, which is the banners, which is like the old way to promote ourselves. And we could do cold email outreach, just sending emails to people in order to reach them with our product or with our content. Use influencers and PR strategies, and using inbound marketing with marketing automation and optimization of our funnel. And there are many tools and services for doing this. One of the most used service is HubSpot. It's called the tool, the service. It's paid one, it's a paid one, but it's very efficient in doing inbound marketing. You don't use only one of these channels. You use a combination of this, and in order to talk about how efficient they are, we're going to divide them in what is organic and what is paid. The organic is a slow growth, that it's not paid traffic per se. You have to pay all the efforts to slow growth, and it's a combination of things that we're going to look in this chart. The first thing that you can do is optimize your web page, and it makes it SEO friendly. And for this, you need to change your design, to hire a HTML developer, and hire a SEO strategist, or do it yourself if you have studied this. In this chart, we have what did this mean to do the optimization. What can you impact? You can increase traffic and decrease bounce rate. Bounce rate is the rate that people get into your site and quickly go away. They don't go in depth. And this is measured in a percentage. And what do you need to do this? The keyword SEO is you use in your content and in your web page the keywords that your potential buyers looking for. And in my case, in my content example agency, I would have to use keywords such as planet, green, recycle, sustainable, eco-friendly, reuse, Greta. So I try to use all these keywords in my page, so when people are looking for these terms, I would get better positioned on the searches. The content in marketing is creating high quality content for your blogs, your social posts, your emails, and your ads. In my example, my service is also creating the content. But in other cases, if you have a wellness store that sells, I don't know, beauty creams made from natural things, you will have to create content in order around this, not only around the creams, which is the product content, but about the benefits for the skin and other high quality content to attract more traffic. The inbound marketing, it's using technology and automation to keep your leads connected. And we all must have received an email campaign that, oh, you subscribe, and then 2 days later, Natalie, you haven't answered to our question, and 4 days later, Natalie, we are worried. We want you to come back, and this is made automatically, and this is called what is called inbound, and it's a campaign designed to keep you engaged or coming back to a service or a product. It has a lot of impact, and this is one of the marketing digital marketing channels that's widely used to acquire and retain leads. Social media marketing is promote your content via the platforms. It's great for social proof, and social proof is many people being aware of your product or services and looking to recommend it. And a lot of us buy via social proof. It is difficult now in this day and age that you're going to buy something and you don't look up online or look on your social media the brand and what other people say about the product or the service. It is very rare if you don't do that. So you have to be aware of not only having a good social proof, but also building it. So when people search for you, you can get it's not only good recommendations, not only I recommend Natalie for such and such. So people who had a good experience can talk about it and increase your reach. Guest post and backlinks, you can write for the others or have others to write. If I invite let me think about someone. If I invite Gwyneth Paltrow to write about my special cream that I'm selling, that will attract people to my product and make them aware, not necessarily buy, but aware of its existence. And backlinks is to link your website to other websites that do similar things, maybe your collaborators or competitors, so you can attract more traffic. All of the things that I'm saying here are things that you can do with little or no cost, and that's what they call organic. And email marketing is create your database of people who want to be reached by you and send them regular updates on product or on content. This is also has been very successful in many industries. In the media industry is one of the main tools to reach people. And myself as a customer, I love newsletters because they give me different kind of information that it would take me a lot of time otherwise myself to research on that. So it's very useful. So if I have a database in my content agency and people who are interested in sustainability, I can reach them with different news on sustainability that if they do it themselves, they would take a lot of time researching, and I give them just in one place. I give them everything. There are other channels that we talk about are the one that allows us to grow, but we have to pay for them. So we pay for social ads in Facebook, in Instagram, and all these social media, and this can increase traffic and can generate leads for our business. We could buy display advertising, which are the banners that I talked before. We could pay for search. We pay for words when people search. For example, in the case of Impact Hub, we do sell co-working spaces. So when people search co-working in Madrid, you can buy the word and try to get when they search for Impact Hub or co-working, your ad gets on top of the search. You can retarget leads via email to get them to convert. You can pay links and pay paid links that appear on the left of the screen. Those are paid links, or do some PR, and the influencer economy, which is very big. And sometimes it's so big that it doesn't get the results. I've seen some smaller businesses who are using now micro-influencers who maybe don't have that many kind of followers, but they have like 10,000 followers. They have a smaller following, but they are targeting exactly who do you want to reach, and that can be a better strategy for reaching people. I thought about something to say here about we're going to talk a bit about the concepts that we said there. I remind you that we're going to share the presentation, so you will have all of this in your email. Maria is going to be so kind to send it, and the recording also, so you will have everything with you and every other questions. So SEO, and this is a word that we hear thrown around a lot, is boosting your traffic or the organic traffic, so you can get higher on the result on the search engines. You can do it on the page, and you can do it off the page, and you can do it technical. And one of the examples that I put before was, for example, the word co-working. You optimize your page that when people will look co-working, and you can get higher in the ranks when they find you. I'm talking about Google and at this as a point at this time. You can have off-page SEO, and when you're optimizing your page, you're optimizing your page. Everything that happens on off the page, you have the backlinks, and you can produce guest articles, as we said before, that can link back to your article, and that can be published in other places, or you can send them in a newsletter and they link back to your page. So it's creating circumstances that people can come back to your page without going. It is very, very rare that people say, oh, let me see what Natalie has in her page today. It is very rare. That hardly occurs, not only for Natalie, which is very small. It very rare for El País or the New York Times, like talking about great media. It's the customers do not have the habit to go directly to the source of what they need, be it news or product. They start to search. They search online, they receive a newsletter. Social media is like 50% of the leads get through social media. So that's why you have to be present there and try to reconnect to the place where you're selling your product. and get the most attention that you can get. And the technical SEO is something that has to be done with a technical. It's done on the back end of your site. How are the categories done? How are all your wow, the words, las categorías, it slipped my mind. Wow. Well, categories. The word went away. And this optimization can help you get your website to be faster. Why can it be slow? Because the images are too heavy, because you don't have all the pictures are not a good quality, are not well uploaded, and the word that is escaping my mouth, when you get the tree of content, it's not well done, and it can make your page slow. And if your page is slow, nobody's going to come back. So this is a good thing to have in mind. I talked a bit about the content marketing, and this is, as I said before, producing and content, marketing content to increase your brand exposure and to acquire customers. It is, people get tired if you, or maybe you cannot attract people if you only talk about how good you are and the benefits that you can get for people. And a good thing is doing content around what you do. And that helps you attract traffic to your site. As I explained before, not talking only about the beauty cream doing with vegan processes, but also talking about the benefits of having someone to talk about it. But articles is not the only way. You could write a small ebook and maybe on the webinar that we did last time about the about the entrepreneurial well-being, that could be a small ebook that we could distribute, the circle could distribute, and or you can find it on our page and download it, and then we could get more visit to our page if that was one of our KPIs, which is not for the circle. Having traffic to our site is not our KPI, is that you learn and grow as entrepreneurs. And that's another different objective. But writing ebooks is a good way of content marketing. And there's a beautiful way to do content, which is in infographic way, more than being told, showing what kind of things that you can do. And this is very good for younger audiences if you do it in a form of a comic book or graphic or other ways of visual communication. The social media part, I talked about it a bit when we were looking at the chart, and it depends on the kind of business or project that you have and your buyer persona. Not all, first, you don't have the money and the means to do campaigns on all the social media platforms. You have to choose, and you have to choose the one that reaches your buyer persona faster and more efficient. Nowadays, Snapchat is barely used, and Pinterest had its day, but now unless you are selling something very visual, it's not the preferred social marketing channel. Nowadays it's Instagram. It has the most following, and Facebook is the one with a wider reach in order to sell and to attract traffic. Twitter, if you're doing content, it can be a good place to do it, because Twitter is a platform where people discuss ideas and get angry and fight with each other. It is. I am a journalist, so I know that Twitter is a place for great discussions. But this is not. It's not a place to promote another kind of service, or it's difficult to get more leads there. LinkedIn, if you do something, your service or your product is related to work and work-related activities, is the best place to promote your webinars, your coaching business, consulting, content producing, or if you do something with wellness related to work, and that could be a place also to promote and to publish your articles that promote your service or direct back to your website. There are platforms that like Hootsuite that can help you manage different social media accounts. And the most important thing, you can, it is important to distribute the message, but the most important thing is to measure it. You have to know what is causing impact, what not, what is not working, and not keep then stop doing it. How many people have reached? How many people do you want to reach? If you get leads, you have to quickly attend the leads and communicate with them, and that is as important as putting your message out there, is measuring it and attending the request of your customers. There are channels that are paid. It's called pay per click, and you could put ads, and people go to your website. Google Ads is one of the, if you put your ad in Google and each time you click, someone's click the ad, you pay and you increase your traffic in your web page. That can happen in Facebook. You can also have paid ads in Facebook. In Twitter, it happens all the time. I don't know if you're a Twitter user, but you get a lot of paid ads in the feed. And in LinkedIn also, there are a lot of paid ads, and in Instagram. It's a bit spooky. I don't know if that has happened to you, that maybe we are speaking here about cruise and having a wonderful vacation in the Maldives, and then 10 minutes later you get an ad in your Instagram about what you were talking about. And that's all the sensor tool that the phone has, that is picking up keywords and sending you ads with that. Part of our digital well-being is turning off the phone when we have an important conversation. Of course, if you are a spy or something like that, don't have a phone. Affiliate marketing is another channel. So these are channels that promote other people's products and services, and you can pay for that, and you can be a collaborator and finding one of these services is doing a search in your area or in Google, or talking to your collaborators to find out who could be doing this and helping you promote your service. Native advertisement is a way to call content that is paid for someone. You develop it, it's paid for someone, but it doesn't look like an ad. And we have many examples of this. Many media companies make money doing this. They're like making content for Coca-Cola without showing the brand and without talking about the beverage, but it's all about how good carbonated beverages are and how the joy of life. And maybe there are many examples of this, and this and this is used not only for revenue, but for promoting your services. Email marketing is, as I said, is one of the tools that is most widely used at this moment. And you send a message to someone, and the difficult part is crafting a message that people would like to click in and go through and go to your content. It is very good because it can be consumed in the recipient's own time. So I receive the newsletter and I read it when I want to. I choose to receive it. So it should not be invasive, and we have privacy laws here in Europe that take good care of that. You could mix your content, and you could have content around your product, and you could have promotional content. It works wonderful when you have a promotion, 15% discount for fall for what I'm selling. It works very good with this. Give me a chance, Israeli. Okay, give me a second. And you have to provide a way to unsubscribe. Easy. It's a good experience for the customer to be easy to unsubscribe. If we remember what we saw about the Porter's 5 forces, the barriers to exit are very low. So I can unsubscribe whatever I want. So it's a challenge to keep the content engaged. Israeli, tell me. Oh, it was a mistake.
It was kind of a mistake, but anyway, I wanted to say that we use for email marketing the database of our customers. So every 3 months minimum, we try to send communications, and it's a good way to let them know that you are around, and if they need something, they can contact you. It's just that. Okay.
Thank you for sharing. I'm sure that most of you use the channels, use the marketing efforts, and I am sure that you are more advanced at where we are talking now. But in this webinar, it's an introduction to the subject, because many of you do, but some of you don't. So we wanted to put everyone on the same page, or at least pique your curiosity to research more, and then we will be able to work more on this. And the great thing is you will be able to learn from each other. Literally, you will maybe help us with other things. I've just saw in the chat that Eleuterius shared her post in Todo está en Madrid about her business, and so it's an example of her digital marketing efforts. Thank you for sharing. Okay, tell me. Tell me. You can raise your hand and tell me, or tell me in the chat, what channels are you using for digital marketing? Tell me on the chat. Tell me in the chat. Okay. Popular. Great. Medium uses email marketing with MailChimp. Instagram, Facebook are the main channels, and Twitter and Pinterest with less effort on them. I want to ask Miriam a question, and Miriam, open your mic. Why Twitter and Pinterest use it less?
Well, at the beginning, I thought that I need to be on all of the social media, but then I learned that we need to choose what is better for us or for our project. So I keep that networks, but only just copy the same that I put in the others networks. And I think it's not the correct thing, but I don't know if it's better to keep them or to delete them. I'm always in the that.
I agree with you that you have to put your efforts where you get the more benefits, because you are one person, and if you identify that your buyer persona is more on Facebook and Instagram, and you get more results, you have to, where do you get more results? And as I said, yes, we have FOMO sometimes because we don't want to fear of missing out something that is happening in Twitter or Pinterest, but you have to measure. And if it's very low, I would recommend that you put your energy and your creativity in other places where it can be used more effectively. Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you.
Karen, I have companies I work on my own, and I just focus on LinkedIn as my main digital channel. That is great, Karen, because you have identified the channel that today works more for you, and maybe during this time in the circle you will refine that or expand it. Disraeli uses MailChimp, and he explained us, and this is very successful for him. You don't have to have a marketing channel right now. It's just to share our different experiences. Maria Angela says, I use Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn to share some of my work, but I do not use it as a digital marketing effort yet. Maybe through this time in the circle, you also will develop a strategy for marketing your efforts digitally, if it's what you need, because maybe your clients, you have enough clients and you don't need to reach more, and you don't have to do a digital marketing effort, but you have to do like a client retention effort, like directly to the client and attending the client. It's not the same for everyone. So that is why it's so important to identify the buyer persona. One of the greatest mistakes that we all tend to do in this area is try to reach everyone everywhere, as Miriam said. And Miriam very smartly said, no, let me reduce this and focus on what is giving me results. And as I said before, results can be money, results can be connections, results can be leads, results can be networking. You have to define what are the most important KPIs and for you, and that will measure your success. Success is not the same for everyone. Thank you. Let me go back to the presentation. Well, good. That exactly what I've just mentioned, which is the metrics. Put it aside. We have to understand our metrics, and as I said, a word I said before, KPI, which is key performance indicators, and not only in digital marketing, but in the rest of life, there are measurable indicators that you have succeeded. And I'm going to make a correction on this. The goal is not the KPI. The KPI is the measure, and I'm going to do example. For example, my goal is to lose weight. My goal is to lose 10 kilos in the following 6 months, and I'm going to measure that in kilos and in how many kilos I lose a week. So my KPI is kilos, and it's like a slight difference. But when you sit down with your marketing plan or your business plan, you have to determine which are your goals. As I said before, being goals: money, traffic, networking, people reached, people impact. In the social sector, which is the sector that I work more, we measure on impact, and it's people we have reached with the program, changes we have enabled, people who have been going through an training program, and changes that we have been able to mobilize. So it's there are different KPIs. Here we are talking about marketing metrics, which is traffic, and ROI, which is return on investment, and is a measure of how much do I invest on a campaign or a marketing effort, and how much do I get in return. It is also important how much conversion talks about how many leads I get and how much they really convert into a paid product. Conversion, you have to measure where your leads come from, by source, by medium, by channel, so you can assess the effectiveness of any of them. You do the ROI reporting, the cost per acquisition, how much do I invest, and how much does it cost me to get one of the leads. The customer lifetime value is another of the marketing metrics, and it measures also, it's mostly used in service industry, the last one is more common to measure and to know, which is number of followers, number of likes, shares, and comments. This is important because it speaks about the size of the audience you're getting, but the number of followers doesn't talk about the quality of the relationships you have with your client, and if they are engaged with you, and if they are giving you business, if you're measuring yourself in income. On the other hand, we have sales metrics. How much of those leads really convert to a real sale. Qualified leads, when you talk about qualified leads, we're talking about not everyone who comes as a lead, but the one who is really interested in buying your product. Some people come because they want to ask a simple question, and they're really not interested in buying, or they are looking for a job and they go through the marketing channels, but actually they are trying to find a job with you or at your organization, and so that is not a qualified lead because its intentions not to buy or not interested. There are other sales metrics that like deal win rate. The leads that I said, the leads are the people that are interested in buying your service or products. You have to move quickly in your business. So this metric is average days to close. How many days it takes when you get a lead and when you close the deal, how many days it takes to do that. If it's too long, if you get a lead and it takes you 3 weeks to close the deal, and it's a great effort to do it, and maybe it's very costly. It's very expensive to do it. So it has to be or the ideal is has to be shorter, the average days to close the deal. Another metric is your income and the margins of your income. these are goals. As I said before, my goal is to reduce weight. My KPIs is how I'm going to measure it. And in my goals, marketing, for example, I could have reduced my CPA, my cost per acquisition, improve my return on investment, increment followers, like, shares, and comments, increase my traffic, and increase the lead score and the customer lifetime value. And in my business goals, increase revenue, the percentage, have new customers, build my brand, which in turn will help me with the other goals, have a high quality pipeline, so I do get high quality leads and not leads that really are not interested in what I do, and have repeated business so I can increase my business. Okay. There are several digital tools to create your digital marketing strategy, and here we are in front of the 5 Ds that every digital marketing strategy has: the digital technology, the digital data, the digital channels, the digital metrics, and the digital devices. We're going to see what we're talking about with each one of these terms, so you can create your digital marketing plan and enhance your visibility and reach more clients. The digital technology is the most crucial aspect of this strategy, and because we could not be talking about digital marketing without the correct technology to help you. And you need the customer data platform, where you're going to keep all the data from your customers. I'm going to talk about Odoo. Odoo is one of the most common platforms right now, and it's open source, so many people can use it and change it. It's not free; it's open source. Open source means that the technology can be used by anyone, and it's not program it. Odoo also works as a customer data platform. The marketing automation, as I mentioned before, there are platforms like HubSpot, and they help you set this inbound marketing, and it creates great retention rates. And it also can manage social media campaigns. There are many in Madrid. In Spain, there are many providers of HubSpot services, and they have different rates depending on their customers, if they have small businesses or big businesses. The CMS, like Salesforce, for example, it helps you manage all this information and all the relation with your customers and all your customer data, not as in private data, but as in Natalie contact me this date, and she is a woman and this age, and I have all the data of the customer and how many times have I contact her and what has she bought from me. So I have all the information from her, so I can offer her different things in going into the future. There are many tools to measure your performance depending on what you do. Google Analytics is the most widespread to measure your web page performance, but there are others worth to explore. They can go as complex as you want or need, and in my experience, I always need some help to go deeper in setting up the dashboard for the projects that I need to follow. There are also keyword searching tools, content analysis tools, and other SEO tools that can be used for this part. There are the digital data that you store. Some of these tools that I mentioned, like Odoo or Salesforce, lets you do graphics and understand your data, so you can do some business intelligence and understand how many women approach you, and what time of the day, what type of content they complete. And so you can do not only look it individually, but look at the patterns of the actions of the customers, and help you make decisions in your digital marketing strategy. And also, of course, keep track of all the KPIs, sorry, that we saw before. The digital channels, we review many of them a couple of minutes before, and when we talk about the D in digital channels, is about all these channels that we use to reach our potential customers. The metrics, also we talked before. This is never forget this part. This is one of the most important part, because it lets you know where you're going and when are you going to get there. And the devices is, where does our customer user receive our message, and we have to be aware of that. It's not the same. Going back to my content marketing agency, if it's not the same if I produce a content for a smartphone or for it's going to be consumed in a tablet, in a telephone, or in a desktop computer. No, so the device is very important, and the audience is very important. If you have if your consumer is a gamer, like my 14-year-old son, he will only consume it on gaming devices, and they have particular format, color, and quality of image, and you have to be aware of that when you are designing your campaign. All these knowledge is difficult and it's technical, and it's difficult to have it on your own. It is important to teach yourself, to look for help, to collaborate with others who know, to network and find someone who can help. And maybe I know many people who do they interchange services. Maybe someone who does content will write content for others who help them on their marketing strategy, and so they do collaborate the business without paying each other, and that's a win-win situation for both. From all of this that we have talked, there are some things that we would love you to take home, which is think about and how you can build your unique positioning and messages. You have to find out what's unique value and communicate it well. Build your buyer personas. Who are you talking to? Where is it? How can you reach it? How can you reach it better? And as I said, it can be a widespread campaign or it can be a one-on-one conversation, but you have to identify your buyer persona. Identify what are your business goals and your marketing goals. What do you want to do with that? Not because one is doing it is going to be good for you. And we tend to see a lot of marketing efforts that are replicated. For example, the templates in the reels in Instagram, they get trendy and everybody's doing the same with the same music, the same movements, trying to promote their service or content, and it gets repetitive. So you have to be aware of that. Prepare a list of the digital marketing tools that you will need, and research them to see what is free, what can be freemium, what can be shared with someone you can team up. Do evaluate what works for you, because I'm sure you're all doing things, and you have shared with me in the chat things that have that are working for you right now, and keep doing that. If it works, keep doing it. Do audits and plan your own media campaigns, which this means you just keep track of what you're doing and if it's working with the metrics that you defined. Analyze what have you done well in the past and what have you done bad, and so you are aware where are your, in this case, where are your weaknesses and where are your strengths, and how you can do it better looking forward. Identify your means. What do you have? Not only, and stick to your budget. Not only what you have in money, but what are you able to do? If you are yourself and your only business, you have to identify what can you do, what can be done, and what can be reached with yourself, and don't try to overdo it, because you won't concentrate then in delivering the best service possible. You have to balance between doing the marketing effort and delivering your product. Measure and monitor. I explained that. Set the inbound marketing if that is a strategy that you want to do, and it's very efficient. So that's one path to explore. Understand the digital sales funnel. We didn't go into that today, and this is something that we'll work on that on one of the online sessions later on. Blogging is a great way to promote your product or service. Publishing in your own page, or publishing as a guest in other pages, publishing in Medium, or in social media, as Maria Angela shared with us. She publishes her work. And understand and focus on mobile optimization and SEO friendly content. These are 13 ideas that we want you to take home and think about that, and what you are going to do with that in the following future. We have a small quiz. Let's see if it works. Adri? Here it is. What does digital marketing consist of? The second one, what's the goal of digital marketing? Let's see, to create awareness, to generate sales or attract leads, to create attractive websites, to create content for users. What is the first step to automating email marketing? Set up autoresponders, set up referrals, call to action, segmentation. This is a tricky one. The best way to promote your company on social media is to advertise your brand, services, and products, to collect as many contacts as possible, to provide lots of helpful and free information, send invitation to potential clients to visit your website. And the fifth one, what are some examples of digital marketing? Social media marketing, search engine marketing, search engine optimization, all of the above. What is the best way to promote the business with social media? Choose the right platform, encourage engagement, provide value, and don't over promote. All of the above. Just give me a sign when you're ready. Tell me in your chat when you're done. And let's see if Adriana, this works for us today or is giving us a hard time.
Yeah, I think it's actually giving us a hard time because I'm sorry to report because I still have only one response, but I'm getting from a lot of people that they're done. So I really don't know what's going on.
Yes, it's giving us a hard time today. Sorry, guys. Let's go over the questions like we did before, and
okay, so everybody knows what they answered, so just make sure to pay attention to the right answers.
Yes, and in this case, many of the answers are all of the above, because what does my digital marketing consist of? And we have talked about all of this in this long hour: content marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click, and it's actually all of the above. What is the goal of digital marketing? And the digital marketing goal is to generate sales and attract leads. We can do all of the other things. We can create brand awareness, but it's not the goal of the digital marketing per se. The only goal. We do not create attractive websites for the digital marketing. We have to have it, and we can create content for the users as a tool for digital marketing. But the goal of the whole process is to generate sales or attract leads that get us to our goals, as we discussed. The first step to the email marketing automation is the segmentation. You have to know who are you sending the mails to, and in defining the buyer personas, it is important. Something that I just remember, maybe you don't have one buyer persona, you have two, or you have three. It depends on your service and who you are directed to. So sometimes you have to, for one service, you have one buyer persona, and for another service, you have another buyer persona, and it's different. The fourth question said, the best way to promote your company on social media is to advertise your brand, services, and products, to collect as many contacts as possible. This is important, but not that much, because you can collect the contacts, but if you don't do anything with them, they are no use. You can provide lots of information, yes, but you have to get them contact with your service or product. If you send an invitation, it's no guarantee that they're going to come to visit. So in this question, the right answer is the first one. Some examples of digital marketing are social media marketing, SEO, and SEM. And the answer is all of the above at the end. And the best way to promote a business on social media, I would completely agree. It is choose the right platforms. But actually, all of them are correct, because you have to encourage engagement, provide value, and don't over promote. And so the three practices are good practices for your social media marketing efforts. And I got to the end. Yes, great. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know if you noticed when you got in that you all had the name of Adriana on the platform, and you had to change your name. And we have this, and then there's a minor bug that Adriana is trying to control. Right, Adriana?
Yes, I am, and I'm very sorry, you guys. Sorry, I had to ask you to put your names.
No, the good thing is they all learn your name, which is good. We have to learn the names of everyone, so it's a good thing.
That's why I did it exactly.
I'm sure. These are 10 ideas to boost your digital presence, and we're going to go quickly over them, so we can have a short break and then welcome our guest. And the first one is sorry. Just give me a second. Optimize your website, as we have talked before. So you can improve the speed of your website. People stay more there, and you provide a better mobile experience for your customers or users. Another idea is put your business in front of your audience, and this is distribute your business proposal in the adequate platforms, so they're going to reach your buyer. If you're doing my content agency, for example, maybe will not benefit going TikTok because I'm not reaching the correct buyer, but maybe we have fun and crafting a message for younger audiences who can become aware of sustainability. So maybe we decide that is a goal that we want to have. By the way, I want to make clear that all of these examples of my content agency are made up. It's an example for you, so don't think that but maybe it's time for me to get out there with that. One idea for you is to create and optimize your YouTube. Videos are one of the most consumed content in the world and in Spain, and having content in YouTube could be a good option that you could evaluate and research. Is after Google is the second most used search engine, and many contents are not the music part, but the how-to content, from how to create a blog post or how to do digital marketing to how to water my plants. So that's one of the most. It's a great way to go to explore, to see if it's relevant for you. Google has my business account, and it's a free way of online marketing, and we encourage you also to if you don't have it, to research if it's relevant for you, if you have a physical space, and it's the small card that when you search for a place in maps, it appears with all the information about your business. So you have a physical business, you're in the food business or on the physical side, you could take advantage of this. Some audiences really welcome connecting with your brand and knowing more about you and what you do. So this is a good way, like showing like the behind the scenes and what is done, or someone telling a story about why we put up this business, telling a personal story. That is a good way to engage with audiences. Of course, be clear, be concise, be transparent, use the best language possible, and this is another takeaway we want for you. As I stressed before, and I do it again, tracking is very important, tracking everything you do, and making decisions with this good data. The affiliate marketing also, I explained it before. It is another thing we encourage you to explore, to see the benefits for yourself and your project. The influencer marketing, as I said before, try exploring the micro influencers, which will get you quality leads and reach people who are in your ecosystem and the ones that you really want to reach, and not this wider effort without no results. And the content marketing with video and audio, not only through YouTube, but only your webpage and your channels. If you can, it's an important thing to explore. And now we got to our next break. We're going to have a 10-minute break. Our guest is about to arrive, and he's going to talk about NFTs and blockchain. So let's take our break, stretch, stand up, take a little walk, and prepare yourself for this third and last part of our webinar. See you in 10 minutes. Thank you. Our guest is in the room, and I will give him the in a second, but just to remind you to fill out the feedback form that we will leave in the chat at the end, and to ask us some questions. But I'll see you in a bit when Lucien ends. Lucien is one of our partners for the circle from ZTech, and he will take on from here. Okay, see you in a bit. Lucien, the floor is yours. We don't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, hello, sorry.
Okay.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. So, hello guys. My name is Lucian Andrei. I work for ZTech in Romania. We are a customized software company, but we do also blockchain, NFTs, mobile, cloud, and also digital marketing. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, such as the acronym. And but first I would like to ask you a little bit, if you can write in the chat room, how many of you have heard of NFTs and or actually own one NFT? Do we have such cases here? Please let me know in the chat room if you are in one of the situations. Okay, yes. Natalie, you own an NFT? Okay.
I have read about it a lot. I still don't own one, but I'm very interested.
Okay, that sounds great. How about the others? Actually, I'm in the same situation. I've read about them, but documented it, but don't own one yet. But I'm thinking of creating one, actually. Okay, Miriam, thank you for answering. Karen also heard a bit, but it's still not clear. Haven't read about it. Could not hear very good the answer. Okay. Mariangela, you are curious. Okay, so it seems that we are at the same level. So let's shed some light on these NFTs. So first thing you need to know is the NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, reside in the blockchain. So what is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology, I'm sure you've at least heard the term in the last years, because it's a trending one, it's a trending technology, and there are a lot of use cases that are happening right now, not only in cryptocurrencies, but also, as we can see, the non-fungible tokens. So blockchain technology is an open distributed ledger that may effectively and permanently record transactions between two parties. So what it means, briefly, it means that instead of having the information stored, for example, on a couple of servers down at Google or Microsoft data center, the information in the blockchain is distributed on many points, on many computers, and each and every computer that is in that network has the same information as all the others. So this creates a very trustworthy network, a very open one, because everybody can see. And it's very transparent, because you cannot mess around with the data, as you do not own that data. Everybody owns it, and everybody has it, okay? So this is why blockchain technology has gained some territory in the technology world in the past years, because it's a very next generation technology. Okay, so on the blockchain, transactions are irreversible. Once you write some code there, it goes to all the nodes participating in the blockchain, and you cannot take it back. All transactions are verifiable and ensures the record's long-term viability. All transactions are verifiable means that it's a very good technology, for example, that can be audited and is used in international trade, let's say, in insurance, in finance. Okay, you'll see a lot of use cases in these parts. Okay, what is cryptocurrency? So cryptocurrency is a digital currency, a metric of worth that only exists on the blockchain, commonly referred to as a coin or token. So you've all heard of Bitcoin, I presume, which is the highest ranking cryptocurrency at this moment. We have also Ethereum, we have Dogecoins, we have e-gold, Horus, and all the other coins, all the other cryptocurrency coins that exist on the market. Actually, I think there are a couple of hundreds or more right now. So in this blockchain world, we have a little part called the NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. So I will start by telling you that what's the difference between fungible and non-fungible. Okay, fungible means that the unit, for example, Bitcoin has the same value as the next Bitcoin. So no matter how incremental you will divide it, the same Bitcoin will have the same value with another Bitcoin. Okay, so that is a fungible token, a Bitcoin. A non-fungible token is, for example, in the art world, a photograph that is turned into a digital unit cannot have the same value as another, let's say, work of art, as another photograph, okay? Because they have different traits, different characteristics, and so on. You can see here on the right side of the slide, split into tangible and intangible assets, and you can see that the NFTs are here on the lower left side. You see here a CryptoKitty. And the others are tangible, for example, gold, or the dollar, or the euro, or the British pound. They are all tangible, let's say, and fungible tokens, because they have the same value no matter who owns them. Okay, and by contrast, the NFTs are unique, and they can have the value that's imposed by the market. Okay, so if you have any questions, or in the meantime, you can ask them in chat, or in the question app, and I will try to answer them as we go, or at the end. Okay, so let's go on. So the NFTs reflect the ownership of a digital asset, and they usually sit in a digital wallet. If you bought at least one cryptocurrency in the past years, you saw that you will need a digital wallet to do that. Digital wallet can be created on many platforms. Most of them are actually free to create such a digital wallet. I encourage you to go and create one and read more about this revolution of blockchain and NFTs. So what creates all the fuss about the NFTs? Why are they so important? And what can be an NFT? So the NFTs can be either of a digital file, but that digital file can contain, can be a photograph, for example, a 3D rendering of a statue, can be a picture of a painting, okay, can be a GIF, can be a tweet, like we will see later, can be a video clip. So anything in this area that can be turned into a digital form then can be minted onto blockchain and become an NFT. The NFTs, once you minted such a file and turned it into an NFT, it will be annexed with a smart contract. The smart contract represents like the property deed of that NFT, of that digital file. And in that smart contract, you can write different characteristics of the digital file, like, who created it, when it was created, what does it represent, can include such financial terms. For example, you can ask a percentage of future sales of that NFT. If the person that's buying the NFT from you wants to sell it further, they will have to provide you with a percentage of that sale. So this smart contract will join the NFT and will be with it throughout its life. And it's like, you know, it's like an envelope with different information about that file. Okay. So I was telling you that many things can be turned into an NFT. The most important right now that I've seen on the market are NFTs made out of art, GIFs, videos and sport highlights, collectibles, virtual avatars and video game skins, designer sneakers, and music. Okay, when I say designer sneakers, that doesn't mean that it's actually the designer sneaker, but it's a digital representation of that sneaker. For example, 3D rendering of the sneaker, or a photograph, or a video clip, or something like that. So on the right side of the screen, you can see at top of the main projects, NFT projects that exist right now. The first one is the NBA Top Shot, and they are selling, you know, short videos of NBA basketball players while they are slam dunking during the games. So you can actually own a little part of a video showing an NBA top basketball player slam dunking during a game, or I don't know, during an exhibition game or whatever. Okay, so that's crazy, you know. I mean, how can you own part of a video, and what can you do with it? Well, you can own it because it's written on the blockchain and you have the smart contract. And what can you do with it? You can sell it further, for example, for a hefty price. You can, you know, include it, for example, in different libraries with GIFs and awesome video clips, and they will pay you a monthly fee. I don't know. You can do all of these things with your NFT. If you see here in this column, cumulative secondary sales volume, you can see that once bought, the NFTs are resold, and they have the value of NBA Top Shot is $322 million US dollars. The value of the secondary sales. I mean, NFTs being sold for the second time or third time or the fourth time. Okay, so they are not kept for the creators once they were created. And if you want to see some NFTs, I'm going to show you some, just a little bit. I'm going to show you project CryptoPunks, sorry. So this is the project CryptoPunks, and they make these 24 by 24 pixel CryptoPunks. You can see they have specific design, okay? And once they create it digitally in these libraries, they are selling these CryptoPunks, okay? And you can see here that the lowest price CryptoPunk you can buy is $378,874. Okay, so that's the lowest price you can pay right now if you want to buy one of these CryptoPunks. Okay, so okay, that's crazy, right? Like, who does that? Natalie, I see that you agree with me. So who does that? Who pays for this picture of 24 by 24? You know, this one, for example, is $7.58 million. This picture here. So who owns it? Its value is $7,058,100,000. That's it. So all the fuss about it is that it's you know, another revolution in art. when we had the Renaissance, it was a revolution in art in Europe and all over the world. But this NFTs thing represents sort of a revolution in the art world right now. It represents the next generation evolution of art, because imagine that, for example, during the pandemic, the exhibitions, the physical exhibitions of artists, let's say painters or sculptures or photographs, the physical exhibitions have been forbidden because you could not go there. And even if you could go there, how many people can see an exhibition during 1 week? I know, a couple of thousands, okay? How many of those couple of thousands will buy that artist's work? I don't know, maybe 10, maybe 15, okay? Maybe 20 people will buy. But what if that artist can turn his art into digital and can have the entire world as a market, okay? Because this is what happens here. It's another channel for artists to, sell their works and have a revenue outside the traditional, let's say, methods of monetizing the art. Okay, so this is a good thing for the art world and for the creatives, because in this way they can, have their works sold, and they can gain more money, they can create more art, and they can produce more. They can think only about their art and not about everyday life. Okay, so this is one project, the crypto punks, but there are many others. I'm not sure that you've heard of CryptoKitties. Have you heard of CryptoKitties? It was very popular a couple of years back. So you actually owned a digital cat, like this. I will show you, like the one here on the left. That was the cat, and each cat had some traits. Blue eyes, gray tail, black fur, long whiskers, and so on and so forth. And once you own the cat, you could, multiply it with another cat and create a hybrid cat out of the two. And that had a different value that could actually multiply more and create more cats, and with different traits that were a combination of the cats that you were multiplying. And that was another project, which is crazy, okay? But now I'm going to show you some other projects. For example, Jack Dorsey, who is the owner of Twitter, he sold his first ever tweet on Twitter, Jack Dorsey, which is from March 21st, 2006. He sold it with $2.9 million to an entrepreneur from South Africa, Sinai Stavi. And she bought this image with $2.9 million. So that's crazy, okay? Someone owns the first tweet of Jack Dorsey, the founder of NFT. But the sentiment of, why people invest in this kind of NFTs, because it's the sentiment of scarcity. If Picasso lived today and he painted the painting, if he wanted to sell it, you would know that it's unique. That painting is unique. He cannot create two of a kind. Even if he tried the second time, it wouldn't have been the same, totally the same as the first one. Okay. So this is why also physical art has a high value, and they are sold, to auction houses like Christie's and so on, because it's a sentiment of scarcity, the sentiment of uniqueness that work of art has. And you want to invest in that because you know that its value will increase over time. In this way you will help the current artists, current creatives, and photographs and sculptures and so on. You will help them to have a living and to create more art, and this in turn represents a revolution. Okay, so the process of turning one NFT, one picture, one 3D rendering, one video into an NFT, I mean, write it on the blockchain, it's called minting. And it's not very hard to do that, okay? So you have different platforms that can help you do that. I've only inserted a few here, the most famous ones. On the right side, you will see that there are many, many others, and they are split into different categories depending on their specific. For example, you have platforms for collectibles, like I showed you with the CryptoPunks or CryptoKitties, okay? You have for arts and music, you have for games, you have for infrastructure, for sports, and so on and so forth. So you just, I encourage you to go online, go into some of these platforms. It doesn't cost you a thing to browse it, create a profile. It's very easy to use, and read more about it, because this is a revolution. If you look at the NFT market capitalization growth on the lower right side, you will see that in 2021, they have a market capitalization of 700 million US dollars, which is a lot. I mean, there are the increase is tremendous from year on year. So I expect next year, for example, to be over 1 billion, and this is only for NFTs. Okay, the crypto market values even more. Okay, so like I said, I encourage you to go online and test some of these platforms, see what's there, and maybe you like something. Maybe you want to create an NFT of your own. How many of the participants today are in the art business, or let's say creatives of some sort? Do we have such persons today? If you do, please write in chat or just raise your hand. Okay. Israeli Colorado. Okay, nice to meet you. So, would you be interested in turning some of your art into an NFT and sell it further? What kind of what are you creating?
Actually, not NFTs, but I'm into art business. I have a small studio where we create. We can produce, and we are giving formation to pupils to have a line of work on art business, and also we have a tattoo shop on it. But it sounds interesting about what you are talking about art, because it's quite difficult to create something like that.
To create something of value and to sell it further, okay? Because you're to a niche market, right?
It is difficult to create a physical one. So to create it on a virtual mode is even more difficult. I think so.
Yeah. So this would be very interesting for you to go online and I'll show you further how to do that, because it's very easy to do that. Okay, it will cost you a little bit to create one, because you will need a digital wallet and some Ethereum, but in time it will totally worth your while. Okay, so I encourage you to do that. Go online and check the platforms. So today we'll talk about OpenSea, which is the most famous platform to create an NFT, and I will show you step by step how to create one, because it's very easy, like I said. So first, as I said, you will have to set up your digital wallet. If you don't have one, please create one in any of the platforms, the one that you feel comfortable with. They even have in the Revolut app, you can create a digital wallet, or any other platform that can provide a digital wallet is fine anyway. So once you set up your digital wallet, then you'll have to create your collection, add social links and description, profile, banner, images, and a second set of secondary sales fee, so that everybody knows your profile. Then you can add your NFT. By adding is that you'll actually upload a file. You'll have to upload a digital file. Like I said, whether it's a part of a video clip, whether it's a photograph of a work of art, okay, or a photograph itself, or even a 3D rendering of a let's say statue or something that is in 3D, and you will have to you know, create a 3D rendering of the entire object. Okay. The only thing that you will notice is that you cannot upload digital files that are higher than 100 megabytes. But most of the photographs and GIFs and short videos are below that 100 megabytes. Okay. So once you added your work, you can add some properties about that NFT. For example, you can add your name, when it was created, what does it represent, you know, different other traits and information about that NFT. Okay, that would make it more interesting for the audience. And then you can list them for sale, and you can choose between auctioning that NFT, or you can set a fixed price for it. So after that, your NFT will be on the market. Everybody can see it, and everybody can auction for it or buy it. Okay, and the money will go to your digital wallet, and from the digital wallet, of course, you can turn it into euros or yens or whatever you want to turn it into. Okay, or bitcoins. Okay, so how do you do that? So here on the right side, you can see a screenshot of OpenSea website with a create button. So once you set up the profile, you will go to create my NFT. You start creating the NFT. You'll be prompted to link your wallet in the following step. Like I said, once you have your wallet created in any of the platforms, you will be able to link it to the OpenSea platform. You have a few choices here also. The MetaMask is the best one, they say. Okay. MetaMask is also the most straightforward way to authenticate Ethereum in your future DApp, which is the further step. Anyway, you will receive these slides after the webinar, right, Natalie? And you will get a chance to study them more. So all the information that's here, you'll receive it via email, and you'll be able to study it more. So after checking and selecting your wallet, you'll be sent to a screen where you may mint your NFT. So this here on the lower right side is the screen where you can start minting your NFT. Minting, as I said, means that that particular digital file will be coded into a blockchain network, specifically Ethereum network, okay? And it will remain there forever. So it will receive a code, a hash, like it's called on the blockchain, and it will be written in the blockchain forever. Okay, so you can never retrieve it back from there. It's irreversible. Okay, it can only other code can be added on top of what you already wrote. And for example, if you sell it, another code will be added on top of what you wrote already. And it will detail for example, the name of the buyer, the sum which was sold for, and other details. Okay, so this is about it. This is what I wanted to tell you about the NFTs. I don't know if you find it interesting. If you found it interesting, I sure have. And I intend, like I said, to mint an NFT of my own. And what I said earlier about, I asked about creatives which are in the webinar, because they are, the most interested, let's say, to have another channel to monetize their work. But actually, everyone with a camera, with a smartphone and a camera, can become an artist and can mint an NFT and sell it online after that. So it's not everything about the creatives. Okay, the creatives are more interested because they depend on the monetization of their work. But if you want to explore it yourself, even if you don't consider yourself a creative, you can totally do that by minting a photograph that you hold dear, or something very interesting that you think others might buy, or might be included in a future library of photographs or GIFs or videos, something funny with your cat, for example. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you have plenty of examples yourselves. So this was all from me. If you have any questions, I think it would be fair to raise your hand, and we can discuss it openly instead of writing it in the chat room. Okay, so I'm all yours for questions now.
I have one.
Okay, so
I do have a question.
Yes, please.
And I wrote it in the chat before, and it's something that I ask myself when I read about this. You put the example of the basketball video, and I was wondering, those copyrights, the copyright of that video is not of the media. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I saw the question right now. So actually, through the smart contract, they will transfer you the ownership of that video. Okay, so it's not only they will transfer you that that file directly, but they will also transfer you the sort of the ownership of that particular file that they are selling. So you're totally covered. So, for example, you cannot, Natalie, you cannot go and make a video of an NBA top shot and sell it yourself, because they have the rules of.
Yeah, they have already rules in place for that.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. But you can buy one from who's selling them online on the NBA top shot. So. You can go on the platform and see how much they cost. So
we do have two questions. We have one question on the chat about Karen, and then Maria
in the case
Angela
of the CryptoPunks, who sets the price. So Karen, in the case of CryptoPunks, the market sets the price. So as I said, they are considered collectibles, and people invest because it's a scarcity of such digital files, such CryptoPunks. Okay, if you can create a CryptoPunk and insert it in their platform, they created the platform. Okay? They created the platform for CryptoPunks, and on that platform, only they can create the CryptoPunks. There are not millions of CryptoPunks. There are only a few. I think up to 200 CryptoPunks. So being so few, this creates a sentiment of scarcity. This creates a sentiment for the others, like, I'm being left behind. Everybody is investing in something and I'm being left behind. Okay, so this is what creates all the fuss about CryptoPunks, let's say. So the price is set by the market. If they created it, then nobody would invest in it. So then of course they would value nothing. But they created such a platform that people are encouraged and the buzzword around CryptoPunks is such at such high levels that people are actually investing in CryptoPunks. Okay. Yes, Maria Angela.
I was, when you were talking, I'm not an artist, I'm a journalist, and I create content. And I saw it as a way to protect my copyright. I mean, what I mean is that if I see something and I take a video of something that it's unique because I was the only one there, normally what we do is that we share it. We share it, and it's immediately everybody shares whatever you're doing it, and then it's very difficult to say that it was yours.
Well, so in case you go to court, for example, I'm sure there are ways to prove that it was you who filmed that video.
Yeah,
because
but I mean,
you have the meta information that's stored in the camera or the smartphone or whatever.
Yeah, but if you do this, you're actually it's like a digital, very kind of direct way to say, okay, this is it, and it's got a value. Maybe you don't sell it, but it's yours. You own it, and I think it's interesting. I don't know if it makes sense.
I totally understand. So let me show you a case of journalism. Just a second. So actually, this photograph, I'm sure you've
I've seen it.
Okay, so this was created by the father of this girl. Okay, the house here was set ablaze because it had to be destroyed, so nobody was harmed during that, but they were watching as the house was being destroyed by the city hall because it had to be demolished. It was a controlled fire. And he asked his daughter to smile and turn to him, and he took this photograph. Okay, and later it was turned into a lot of memes.
Horror, yeah, sorry.
Okay, and it's a very famous one. Okay, so he sold this one, I think, for 500K. Look, so it was sold for 500K. This exact photograph. So everybody who wants to use it right now to post an a meme with this one will have to pay the owner, okay, who bought this for 500K, will have to pay a fee back, because this is actually included in different libraries of memes and GIFs on the internet, and those libraries pay back a certain fee each time that image is being used, shared, or whatever, so it's a payback.
Yeah.
So this is also with the journalism. Of course, you can protect your IP by minting your videos. I'm sure they are not all of them mint worthy, let's say, or to be protected, but some of them that you consider to be mint worthy and protected, they are protected. You can definitely do that and mint it on the blockchain. You don't have to turn it into an NFT. Actually, there are different platforms that you can create a profile for arts, for pictures, for small videos, and you get to drag and drop your file into your profile and write it on the blockchain. Once you write it on the blockchain, as I told you, is irreversible. So you can always prove that you were the first to own that particular file, particular video, particular photograph. Okay.
Okay.
So you can do that. Okay, just look on search on Google. Blockchain for arts or blockchain for photographs, and you will get a couple of platforms that can actually do that. Okay, and there is no cost for you there. You just have to set a profile, upload the files, and you'll have in your profile after that all the hash from the blockchain with your picture or video put there.
I have another question. You
Yes,
often talk about projects. This is a project. are there like a group of artists that decided like to create the punks? Or I mean, who are the brains behind those projects that
Well,
later make millions?
okay, so usually there are different technology startups, and they have you know, multidisciplinary teams. They are not only, let's say, people that are proficient in coding and specialists in blockchain. They have also artists or journalists or whoever is interested to create such a project. And you know, usually this kind of platforms are done between, you know, close friends from the university or close friends from work that decide to go alone and create something like that. So you need a certain degree of knowledge in the blockchain area, of course, because we cannot create something like this without. And why not marketing and digital marketing and PR, as you've discussed earlier in the slides presented by Natalie about digital marketing. You know, content is very important. Content is the core of digital marketing. So if you wrap it very nice and present it such way, like the CryptoPunks, then you will get a lot of exposure, and a lot of people will come and join your project and buy your creations, even though they are some menial 24 by 24 bits images of some punks about them. Okay, so it's all about PR, it's all about content, it's all about how you present it. Okay,
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucian, for this very interesting part of our webinar. I am sure
Yes,
all of us will finish this and go on Google and see what we can do. It's an interesting discussion. It has also, as everything we have spoken today on digital, it has a great side and a dark side, and we have to be aware of all dark side in the sense. For example, my daughter is an artist, and she, for the moment, is against. She's very young, because she says that anything can become an art with an NFT sign, anything that's not art. And I tell her that's another discussion. It's not in the digital realms, in the artistic realm. So it gives a lot of things to talk about and to think. So we thank you, Lucian. Thank you very much. We arrived to the end of our webinar today. Thank you very much all for being here, for being present and participating. Adriana is going to share the feedback form. Please do share it with fill it today. We're going to send the recording and on the slide tomorrow. Maria is going to do that, and you will hear from us very soon in the first 2 weeks of December with our next steps. So I'm very happy to see you. Please, before you go, fill the feedback, and please leave in the chat. Give us one word. How was it today? How was it experienced today? So thank you very much. Thank you, Lucian.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Nazaret. Thank you, Maria Angela. I can see you're about to start a NFT business, Maria Angela. Thank you, Karen. The same for you. I hope you all have a nice day. The feedback form is very important for us. It helps us correct mistakes and do better things for you. Okay, so please give us feedback. Well, those of us who have told me have to leave, you can leave now, and I'll see you. As I said, you will hear from us in the first 2 weeks of December. Okay. Thank you very much.